Okay, the next thing that I want to cover is creating stripes with a variable width. Okay, sometimes you see on a leg stripe, sort of around mid-thigh, you might see the stripe start to expand or stretch. I want to show you how you can accomplish that in Illustrator. So I'm going to bring in, there we go. Here's a Jerome, this is off the Jerome Bettis figure, okay, big guy. I'm going to lock that down. I just need a black stroke for this. So I'll click on my default fill there and get rid of the fill, black stroke. So I'm going to start up here above the pant leg, and then click, drag down. And I'm just sort of following that seam that's already in the figure there. Down, and just past the leg. Alright, so we're going to make that a real thick stripe there. Big Pittsburgh black stripe there. Alright, so if you want to mimic how that might stretch sort of mid-thigh, there's a tool over here called the width tool. So I can select the width tool and then come over. I need to have my stroke highlighted here, selected. And as I come over, it's going to put this little white dot. And that's going to be sort of like the center of where we're expanding the width of our stroke here. So I'm going to click and then pull out. And you can see right now it's kind of pinched. And as I continue to drag, it starts to expand. And when I release, you see we're still narrow at the bottom and narrow here, but it's thicker in the middle. I'm going to bring the whole weight down a little bit. And see, even though as I bring down the stroke weight, it's still keeping that thickness in the middle. Okay, and I can go back in, I can play with that a little bit more, pull it in. I can add, I can go right down to the bottom here, click at that anchor point, and I can grab and I can actually pull that in. Okay, I can do the same up here. Pull it in. Now it's real narrow at the ends, real thick. I can add as many of these points as I want along the stripe to really control how that stripe behaves. You can also, if you know it's a stripe is getting pinched in an area, you can pull that in like that if you want. So the width tool allows you to, across the whole stripe, change, how thick or how thin it goes. And this will work too if I want to make a, let's say this is a Packers stripe here. So maybe I change that to a very dark green. Okay, and then I do a copy and a paste in place, and then I have my white stripe down the middle. That new stripe, keeps that same, thickness and pinching along the stripe. I can bring that in like so. So that's a way to use a variable width when making your stripes.